It's not just a club song. It's the hottest segment in all of sports television. It's a segment so hot, my grandmother rubs it on her aching joints and says, "Ooh, that feels better." It's upset alert.
Okay.
She does.
Who goes first, Wiles?
Brew, you've been on the graphic. You've talked a lot of trash. I want you to really perform here.
Wiles is putting all the pressure on me to come out with some great take because you're mad that I took your segment.
Yeah.
It goes to the guy that makes the best upset pick.
And how did Wilds lose the segment?
By make a horrible pick.
Well, and by not paying, and he used to pick big underdogs, and they would win outright. And then he just went conservative and picked tiny favorites.
But now I'm back.
So who do you have?
Well, mine isn't actually a huge, huge upset. But I've got the Texans over the Falcons.
How much are they underdogs by, Brew?
Well, it's only a point and a half.
Okay.
That counts. Is it an
Anytime
upset
you pick
or
the
not?
Texans, yeah.
It's right, exactly. It's in Atlanta. I'm going with the hot new quarterback, C.J. Stroud, who I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all probably don't remember.
I do actually remember.
Right? I liked him the best. I wasn't against Bryce. But I liked C.J. Stroud the best.
Who was saying he should go number one?
Yeah.
That is true.
He looks great, and then DeMeco Ryans done a great job with that team. But C.J., this is what I was talking about last segment. C.J. Stroud, let's look at the numbers. You guys know how well he's playing. He is 4th in the league in passing yards, 3rd in yards per attempt, best TD interception ratio in the league, and 9th in passer rating. And here's the thing. This is why Danny Dimes and Zach Wilson and Justin Fields up until the last couple weeks have no excuses. Y'all know what's going on with their offensive line. I got 5 offensive linemen that have been injured. Starters, Laramie Tunsil and the rest of the crew. And he's still getting it done. It shows you. Now look, if you're the guy, like Joe Burrow, like Justin Herbert, the guy, you come into any situation and you get busy. If you're just a guy, you need everything to be right around. And Greg's frowning at me. I don't know why. But I'm serious. Like C.J. Stroud is everything's going against him. And he's making these receivers look good. Nico, props to Nico. But none of these guys are awesome receivers, right?
I agree with that
And he's getting it done. So I like Houston to continue. And, look, I get that. I think Atlanta will be able to run on them. But I don't think they'll be able to throw the ball because Houston's pass defense has been good too with DeMeco Ryans. They got more interceptions than passing touchdowns allowed. Wow. Think about that.
I like that.
I got one more C.J. Stroud.
Wow.
I'm just going to fill it up because Wiles was expecting a big take from me.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, check this out. Interceptions. These are passes thrown to start your career without an interception. He is.
Oh, he can break the record?
He could break it this week.
That's what I'm saying. 27.
Pretty good.
That's a nice list. So C.J. Stroud, I'm riding with him, man. And he's just Ohio State guy. We both from Ohio.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's just a little.
Maybe next time pick a bigger underdog. But other than that, great. Just pick a bigger underdog. But that was great.
Thank you, Wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I thought it was going to be something special. I'm going with the Steelers.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody's
you trying to make a big splash.
Everybody's excited about the Ravens, but I'm gonna be honest. I think the Ravens might be a little fraudulent.
You keep saying that. Why?
I do. I'm
the
not
rest of
sold
the
on
desk
them.
is come
But
over.
when you look at this matchup, it's not about records. It's not about who can score the football and all the things. I know you think so, but this is the tell of the tape. When you play in these games, this is what you get. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, regardless of who's at quarterback, regardless of how many points you're going to try to score, it's going to be a bloodbath. Their last 6 meetings, this is what it looks like. A team, it all within 5 points. You're not going to get this high-scoring offense that we're hoping that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are going to be. Not this week, because Lamar doesn't fare that well against his Pittsburgh Steeler outfit. I like Mike Tomlin, and when he says the standard is the standard, the standard will be set in Pittsburgh against the Baltimore Ravens this week.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Because I had been picking the Steelers every week in Nick's picks, and spoiler on those, they're not in it this week. I kind of got a little gun shy because of the Kenny Pickett's injury was too up in the air, and but this is shocking. How many times do you think Lamar's ever won against the Steelers? He plays them twice a year, every year for his whole career.
I won't answer that.
The answer is once. Lamar's beaten the Steelers once in his career, which is like a really bizarre, the way the Browns beat Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect Lamar to have that type of issue within the division, but he has.
Has he missed a few of those games the last 2 years?
I think he's missed a couple. He's missed a couple of them.
Career. That's just
but still, to only beat him once, in a divisional opponent is surprising.
Okay. Before I give my pick, I need to address some of the naysayers out there.
You do.
Yeah, please.
You got a lot.
So a lot of people say, why should we pay attention to Wild's picks?
Yeah.
He hasn't been nailing them like he has in the previous years. Now, granted, I did kind of wink, turn you on to
Cardinals.
Arizona over Dallas. But for the most part, I've been missing. Well, if you feel like I'm not going to hit, that's up to you. But suppose you were living, I don't know, next to a volcano that was due to erupt. And it hasn't erupted in years. Would you feel more or less confident? Wow, let's put an in-ground pool. We're going to be here for a while. Say, no, we should probably move. So with that being said, it's time for the Punxsutawney Phil of football to make his pick. And this one pains me because you know how big of a Kansas City Chiefs fan I am.
Don't do it.
I'm beloved in Kansas City.
I already like
I'm
it,
beloved
Wild.
in Kansas City.
You're
But
not.
The
Vikings straight up over the Chiefs. Don't get me wrong.
Over your Chiefs.
They are.
You
This
like
hurts. This is like pure objectivity because this is straight to the heart. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, Mahomes, are we going to see the real Mahomes eventually? And that's him. He said that, not me. I'm just following his lead. He said I need to play better. This is the worst start he's had through 4 weeks ever.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of waiting. Was he super impressive in the Jets game? No, and I even gave him that extra touchdown. So it's 9-4. It's still not there. And then you're like, do the Chiefs have a number one receiver outside of Travis Kelce who might be a little distracted? Let that narrative start to bubble up a little bit. I mean, it's something.
Talk to us, Wild.
It's not nothing. It's not nothing.
It's something.
It's
Put
something.
Greg on camera.
It's not nothing.
Greg like this just because
I
it's
don't know.
wacky and
How about the
out
Vikings?
there?
Do the Vikings have a number one receiver to go to? Yeah, they do. And guess what? He's better than ever. Contract year, I'm going to ball out. Throw me the ball, Kirk. I'm always open. Throw it to him. And the Vikings throw the ball percentage-wise more than any other team. Now, maybe that's because they can't run the ball very well. They ran it last week well, but they're out here. And then finally, October's very own. Look who it is.
I thought.
Drake album came out. Kirk Cousins he might show up. He could show up in a video. That's how well he plays in October. 15-5. He feels comfy. Meanwhile, Mahomes has never even been in the Metrodome or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
US Bank. It's US Bank now.
It's where the Twins.
He's never been there either. Well, I think he did. I think his dad pitched there, and he went as a little child.
Keep rolling.
Either way, as much as it pains me, I see the Chiefs hitting another speed bump, and they're going to air it out. So, unfortunately, Vikings over Chiefs straight up.
Brew, if Wilds gets this right, which he won't, can he have his face back on the graphic?
You can have your face back. For real. You
All
can get this right.
Wilds, what's the time now?
It's time for Nick's picks, everybody.
All right, so listen, America, I don't like how this has gone. I have gone 2. Sometimes you get 2 inside. We're 1-2, 4-8 on the year. It's disgusting.
Nick.
Now that Chiefs, Patrick, it's the smart play.
Yeah.
It did hurt a little bit, but that's fine. But I'm going back to my roots this week. Instead of trying to do deep inside week by week analysis, I'm going to my preseason beliefs and tripling down on them.
Okay.
So we will start with Kansas City laying just 3.5 against the Vikings. Mahomes, the only team to check off his list is the Vikings. He will do it this week. Patrick, upset about his performance, so you get an angry Patrick Mahomes. People are saying, oh my God, distractions, Taylor Swift. Literally never lost since she started showing up at games. So why don't you take that narrative and stuff it in your hat? And lastly, Kirk Cousins, off a win. 28-41 in his career against the spread. That's the second worst of any quarterback this century. We will take the Chiefs laying 3.5. Another preseason belief. The Jags come around. Jags catching 5.5. they're going to win outright, but certainly get 5.5. They stayed there. Buffalo flying a little too high, and as we saw with the Lions in week 2, with the Cowboys in week 3, with the Dolphins last week, you fly a little too high in the NFL, has a way of humbling you. And
Literally,
lastly, Doug,
not on the flight.
No, they've already landed. They're there. It's no problem. Doug Peterson, 30-23 in his career as an underdog. I like them, and I like them to win outright. And lastly, the bet I put in on this show, 5 full units,
Yikes.
a half a full Mad Dog Russo. Cowboys, 3.5-point dogs. Dallas, 11-3 against the spread in their last 14 night games. That's the best in the NFL. San Francisco also has covered 9 straight home games. You know what they always say? Nobody covers 10 straight against the spread at home. Nobody does. Yeah, that's what they always say. No, there it is.
They always say it.
Before the year, I believed in the Cowboys, the Jags, and the Chiefs. In week 5, I believe in the Cowboys, the Jags, and the Chiefs. That'll put us to 7-8 on the year, which is really 8-7 because we're giving ourselves a moral spread victory for the Mahomes slide against the Jets.
I know you're a betting man.
Yeah.
Since I picked upset alert Vikings, you picked Nick's picks Chiefs.
Yeah.
If I get it right, can I make a pick on Nick's picks next week?
No, but if you get it right,
Yeah.
must win can come back.
Oh wow!
If you get it right,
But that feels. What are you laying on the line?
that I have to deal with must win
Must
coming
win.
back.
He hates
Yeah.
must win.
Everyone hates it,
You wanted
except the
to
audience who loves it. Coming up next, Purdy versus Dak. Next.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.